let's hit Rush. Let's hit him in the mouth. Let's hit him first. So let's have some fun. It's official. They dropped him like a bad habit. Dave Checkett's the guy who's organizing the group trying to buy the Rams, that Rush Limbaugh was part of it. He gave Rush the call, and he's like, hey, Rush, hate to do it to you, big guy, but you're done, son. Okay? This is too controversial and too volatile, and it's causing too much trouble. It's going to kill our whole bid and our whole efforts to buy the team if you're on board, so we're going to drop you out of that balloon. Good luck. Okay? So, now yesterday we shared the clips with you where he was sad. Really, really sad. And he said, well, I didn't really mean the Bloods and the Crips like that. I don't, can't someone get a second chance? He did. He said it, right? And what did I say yesterday? I said he's going to come back today once he knows it's over, and he's going to come out guns blazing, right? Well, of course. This is why we follow the news, because we know what's going on and what's going to happen next. And here he is. He delivers. Clip number 8.
The U.S. Chamber of Commerce is now being demonized by Democrats. They have to have a villain to advance everything because they cannot sell their ideas. They had to demonize me with false, fake, made-up quotes to protect their precious little National Football League as an outpost of racism and liberalism, which is what it is.
Oh, all of a sudden the NFL is an outpost of racism and liberalism? What happened, big guy? Just up until yesterday, you were begging them to let you into their club. You're like, oh, I love the NFL, please, NFL, please. And now all of a sudden, actually, I never wanted any of this. It's a bastion of racism and liberalism. Come on, man, who you selling that bag of goods to? You kidding, right? That's awesome. It's so obvious that his feelings are hurt. And now, yesterday I felt a little bad for him. Today, I don't. And I love how he switches it around. JR made this point before the show. He's like, whenever liberals talk about racism, right? If there's real cases of racism, they're like, oh, yeah, you love to talk about racism, right? Okay. Like today, a judge in Louisiana, we're going to talk about it later, said that interracial couple can't get married, okay? And he just wouldn't marry them, right? So, no, that's not racism. No. But the minute that they're hurting anyway, they can't wait to call something racist. Now, because they didn't take Rush, all of a sudden the whole NFL is racist. Oh, that's rich. That's rich. That's awesome. Okay. All right. So then we go to clip number 9. It gets better and better.
Like I said, these guys could not be held. These guys could not survive 30 minutes of the scrutiny that they hand out to me or anybody else that they're trying to take down. They couldn't handle it, and they'll never get it because, they're a chosen and let me tell you how the Democrat Party works, folks. I've done this before, but I told this story in explaining why they went after Clarence Thomas, who, by the way, I'm very honored I have something in common with Justice Thomas. I, too, have had my high-tech lynching, just as he had. Remember that whole Anita thing? All that was made up? It was totally Trump. None of it was true.
And he talked about the fake quotes in the last clip, right? Rush, don't make me play him again. I mean, go back on YouTube to all our clips where we play you your audio, okay? Because I know you're looking through our YouTube channel, Rush. Don't pretend you're not, okay? There's nothing made up. He talks about some James Earl Ray quote, which honestly I've never even heard, right? Every single clip we've played on the show, we did not quote as in read it out, okay? We let Rush do the talking and play the audio for you guys as we're doing today. So my ass. Now, high-tech lynching. Really? You're going to go there? Okay, get a load of this guy. He's enormously wealthy. He lives in a mansion in South Florida, right? What's his contract worth? Something like, it's some ungodly amount of money, like $400 million or something. And because he wasn't allowed to own a part of an NFL team, because other owners thought he was so heinous and hideous, right, a person, that's a high-tech lynching. Well, you know what? I wanted to buy the Steelers, but I don't have enough money. High-tech lynching. I mean, that's your high-tech lynching? You know what lynchings were? Don't make me describe them. All right. Okay, let's keep it fun. Okay, because I was about to get angry there. All right. So now he's going to go after the black players in the NFL. Keep it classy, Rush. Clip number 10.
This Marcellus Wiley fool and all of these other race baiters that are discussing this keep talking about how 70% of the league is African American. And as such, somebody like me cannot possibly in any way, shape, manner, or form be involved. 70% of the league is African American. 3 things about this. A, I know that. B, the 70% African Americans make big bucks. If I'm a racist, I want to get into that game. Doesn't make sense. The second thing is, who do these 70% African American players think is paying their salaries? Is every white person that attends a National Football League game or buys the NFL Sunday ticket like you do a racist? What does that have to do? What does it have to do with the fact that 70% of the league is African American? That's another one of these little statistics that they throw up there to make it look like no conservative can get anywhere near this league because 70% of the players are African American, and that means 70% of the players are liberal. Well, I happen to personally know that that is not true, but these people are just fools.
No, Rush. Nobody said any of those things. They didn't say that the average white fan was a racist. No one even came within miles of saying that. They didn't say anything about conservatives. They were talking about you, Rush, you specifically, because of all the quotes you've ever said. And again, there's at least 10 of them that we can go over and over, supporting the apartheid governor of South Africa, saying the NFL's a league of bloods and crips, and the list goes on. And Obama's America is where black kids beat up white kids. I mean, the list is endless, right? That wasn't said by the average white NFL fan. That wasn't said by anybody else. That wasn't said by other conservatives. That was said by you. And you're trying to deflect that attention now because people realized what kind of a scumbag you are. And they didn't want that scumbag owning an NFL team. And that hurts you. Oh, sad day for you. And I love his big evidence that he's not racist. He's like, hey, you know they make big money in the NFL. And as their owner, I would have paid them. I would have paid those black men. Are you not merciful? Are you not merciful? Big Rushbo, El Rushbo. Thank you, sir, for paying us. I mean, that's the kind of attitude that got you in trouble in the first place. It doesn't have to do with you being conservative, Rush. And there's half the country, well, not quite half, but a large portion of the country is conservative. And in fact, a large portion of the NFL owners are conservative. And they all find you loathsome and offensive because you're a radical and you're a racist. Did I need to say anything more? Because I can keep on going at this all night long. Because I'm just having fun. Come on, JR, you wanted to jump in. Come on, give me something.
It wasn't just okay. Well, it's just the simplistic way he thinks about things. Just because they didn't want to admit it's just because he's a conservative. So that means if you're a conservative, you think the way he does. People that are conservative who have a different layer of thought process should go, wait a second, just because I'm conservative doesn't mean that I have to think like you. They should be upset that he's painting the picture like that. If you're conservative, you're like me. No, you're not. Why is that? Do I have to hate anybody else because I'm conservative? No, that shouldn't make any sense to these people. And just there's the basic thing. If you're not in, it's black versus white. It goes right back to what his first problem is. And he still doesn't know he's doing it. Yeah. You know that 70%, yes, I know that 70% are black. So then that's why you guys don't want me in.
See, I knew there was a reason why I wanted to talk to you. Because, again, you touched on something there that I had not explained adequately enough. His assumption there, if you listen to that clip carefully, is, well, if you're white, then they call you a racist. Or if you're a white conservative, they call you a racist. But that's not true at all. You know, they keep saying that liberals throw around the word racist all the time. But really, how many people did they throw it at? Not that many people, right? And it's only after someone says something obviously racially offensive, right? Whereas, by the way, conservatives will throw the word around like crazy, like he did earlier in that same show, right? Where he called NFL racist for being against him, right? But because his assumption is all white people think like I do. They all think, well, you know, blacks are lazy and they don't, they are looking for handouts, and that's in Obama's America. They're all going to get their handouts. It's a whole other segment we did the other day. And these are all the things that white people think. And so they must think that all white people are racist. No, that's not how all white people think, Rush. That's the assumption you make because you are so thoroughly prejudiced. All right, we're going to let Rush go now and let him cry in the corner. Oh, you didn't get your NFL team. Are you going to be okay, Rushbo?
Watch more clips at theyoungturks.com.